In this video we're gonna set the jump animation. As you can see, okay, it will jump until it hits the ground. It will go to player idle or run state based upon user input. So without furthering delay, let's dive into this topic. Okay, so we need to find the jump sprite sheet over here. Okay, head over to sprites player, then jump. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna select the player. Okay, we're gonna select the player and we need this animation tab. I'm gonna drag it to the up. Okay, so we're gonna create a new clip. Okay, we're gonna create a new clip. If you can find the animation tab, you just have to go to window, then animation. As you can see, control 6, and also the animator component. Okay, animator tab. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna select the player. Okay, firstly select the player and we're gonna create a new clip. Okay, we're gonna create a new clip which will be jump. So we need to go to assets. Okay, we have created, if we go to assets, okay, we have created this animation folder. We're gonna place all of the animation into this folder. So double click it. Okay, we're gonna call this one player jump. Okay, player jump. Okay, player jump and hit enter. Okay, so we're gonna we need to hit the record button to record the animation, and we need to drag the frame. Okay, we're gonna drag this frame. Okay, the first frame. Okay, as you can see in the game view. Okay, so we're gonna record and we're gonna hit unrecord. So it's now recorded. So if I move the animation tab down, if I move it over to animator tab, as you can see over here, you can see the player jump. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a parameter, a bool parameter, which will be true or false. Okay, whenever we press the space key, we're gonna set parameter to true. Okay, and whenever so what we need to do, in the bottom left you can see the parameters. So hit the plus icon and hit the bool. Okay, this will be true or false. We have to name, we can call it jump. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump from any state to player run. Okay, so from player run or player idle. Okay, we're gonna jump from both state, means from any state we're gonna jump. So we need to right click on any state. Okay, we're gonna jump from player idle to player idle or player run to jump animation. So we are going to from both of these we're gonna jump. So from any state, just right click on any state and make transition. Okay, make transition to player jump. Okay, player jump and select this arrow over here. As you can see, we're not gonna wait. As soon as we press the space key, we're gonna jump, play the jump animation. So we're gonna set transition duration to 0. Okay, and we're gonna set parameter. Okay, so we're gonna set this parameter jump. Okay, jump, we're gonna set jump to true. Okay, if jump is true, then we're gonna go to this player jump animation. Okay, so if we head over to script. Okay, if we head over to script. Okay, over here as you can see, if we pressing the space key and if we are grounded. Okay, if we are grounded, then we are calling this jump function, and jump function adding a force in the y-axis by jump height unit. Okay, so what we're gonna do, whenever we press the space key. Okay, whenever we press the space key, we will jump. We're gonna set this parameter. Okay, if we go to animator tab, we're gonna set this to true. Okay, we're gonna set this to true. Now if I play. Okay, if I play, just hold on. Okay, to compile. Whenever we press the space key, we're gonna set the is jump to true. Okay, this jump parameter to true whenever we press. So we're gonna set this to true. As you can see. Okay, whenever we collide with the ground, then we're gonna set is jump to false. Okay, so what we also need to go back to player jump to player idle or player run, based upon your input. Okay, keyboard inputs. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to player jump to player idle and also player run. So we're gonna need to, so right click on player jump and make transition to idle, as well as right click on the player and make transition to player run based upon user input. Okay, So what we're gonna do, firstly we're gonna set has exit time. Whenever we as soon as we collided with ground, okay, collided after jumping, we're gonna set has exit time to unchecked. We're gonna go over to player idle state instead, okay, instantly, or when as soon as we collide with this ground, okay, after jumping. And we're gonna set the transition duration to 0, okay. And we need to set a condition, okay, we need a set a condition to go to player idle, okay. Firstly we're gonna set jump, okay, firstly we're gonna set jump to false, because we are no longer jumping, no longer playing the idle animation after jumping. If we collide with the ground, we're gonna set is a jump parameter, this parameter to false, okay. And we also need the second parameter based upon user input, if it should be idle state or run state. Let's suppose if you press D or A key, so the movement will be 1, okay. So the movement will be 1. So in this case, or if we go to, if we not pressing anything like that, the movement will be 0, okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set point 1 over here, okay, point 1. And we're gonna set less, okay, less, so it will go over to player run. Firstly we are setting jump parameter to false over here, okay, jump parameter to false. And then we are setting run, okay. So as we know, when we not pressing anything like that, so the movement will be 0, okay, movement will be 0, which is lesser than 0.1 f. 0 is lesser than 0.1 f. So we will go over to idle state, okay. So we will go over to idle state. And if we select this transition, okay, if we select this transition, we're gonna uncheck this has exit time, okay, and also this transition duration. So as soon as we if so in this condition, what we're gonna do, firstly we're gonna set is jump to false, okay, we're gonna set jump to false, okay. Whenever we, as soon as we collide with the ground, we're gonna set the jump to false. And what we're gonna do, we need to choose a second condition, okay. The condition will be greater than point 0.1, okay. Basically when we press A or D key, okay, when we press A or D key, the movement will be 0, which is, as we know, which is the movement will be 1, sorry, the movement will be 1. As we know, 1 is greater than point 0.1. So what we will do, we will go over to run state, okay. As you can see, we are making transition to run state, okay. Firstly we are setting jump to false, okay, just setting jump to false. And then second condition, we are setting if we pressing the A or D key, the movement will be the movement will be greater than 0.1 f. And then we are setting this parameter, okay, run parameter to 1. So if we set this one, it will go to player run state, okay. It will go to player run state. I hope it's clear. And when we are not pressing anything like that, so the movement becomes 0, okay. So the movement becomes 0. And we are checking if the movement is lesser than, if I select this, if the movement is lesser than this point 1, point 1, as we know, if we not press anything like that, the movement will be 0, and 0 is lesser than point 0.1. And then what we are doing in that condition, we are setting this parameter, run parameter, to 0. If we set this to 0, it will go over to idle state, okay. I hope it's clear. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna control this via our code, okay. Whenever we press, we're gonna set a this jump parameter to true, so it will play the jump animation, okay. Head over to script once again. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna, whenever we press the space key, we're gonna go to animator, then set bull, okay. Set bull, that's a bull. And you have to type the same name, okay, jump. As you can see, if we head over here, as you can see jump, you have to pass the same string, okay, in quotation. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it true, okay. true when we press the space key. Okay, when we press the space key, and if we are grounded, then we are setting animator. Okay, we are going to that animator controller, and we are setting the bool parameter, this bool parameter to true. Okay, so control S on your keyboard and head over to Unity. Okay, head over to Unity, you will able to see when we press the space key. Okay, when we press the space key, we will go to go to player jump state. Okay, but we also need to go to player idle or player run state based upon user input. Okay, if the user pressing A or D key, it will check. So we will hand that later. Okay, just wait for it. So just wait for it to see. Okay, it will completing domain, and if I press the space key, as you can see, it's going to player jump, but we are stuck in player jump. So what we need to do, we need to go to this player idle or player run based upon user inputs. Okay, so we will go when we're gonna set the jump to false, and if the run is lesser than 0.1, means we are not moving anything like that, so it will go to player idle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it we're gonna do it on collision inter function. Okay, so what we're gonna do over here, as you can see animator, we are setting it to true. Okay, so in the down we have set this function. Okay, this function get called when we collide with something, as you can see. Okay, void on collision inter 2D function get called whenever we collide with something, and over here we checking if the collider has tag is equals to ground. Okay, whatever we colliding with, if the game object has tag ground, so what we are doing, we are setting is ground to true. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to animator. Okay, over here animator, we're gonna set the bool. Okay, set the bool, we're gonna set the bool jump to false because we have collided with our ground. Okay, jump to false, jump to false. Okay, so what we are doing, firstly this on collision inter 2D function get call when we collide with something. Okay, and we are checking if the collider has tag ground. Okay, we are checking if the collider has or the game object has ground. Okay, tag ground. So what we are doing, so we are going to animator. Okay, animator, then setting the jump parameter to false. As if it's false, it will go to idle or run based upon user input. Okay, if we pressing the A or D key, it will go to player run when we collide with this ground. Okay, and if we not pressing anything like that, it will go directly to player idle state whenever we collide with this ground. We assigned this ground as a ground tag. Okay, or this square. Okay, I hope it's clear. So if we play, okay, if we play, we will able to see. Just wait for to compile. Okay, just wait for to compile, we will able to see that. Now if I press, as you can see, it's going to idle state. But if I like this, as you can see, whenever I press A or D key, it's going to run state, as you can see, based upon player input. Okay, so if I jump, as you can see, player jump animation. Okay, playing, as you can see. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Okay, as you can see, we are setting by default it's for false jump false. Okay, whenever we colliding with this ground, if I select the ground, as you can see in the inspector, we assigned this as a tag ground, as you can see, which before was like untagged, so we tag this as a ground. I hope it's clear. Okay, if you have any question like that, just comment below. Okay, comment below, and if you are new to my channel, then consider to subscribe. Okay, for future tutorials, and share it with your friends. If you like this video, okay, share it with your friends who just want to learn Unity from the beginning. Okay, and lastly, thanks for watching this video. I hope you get the idea.